running out of daylight, and I've stumbled across this meadow with a nice little camp here. And it just so happens to have a grill and a frying pan in it, and a can, which I don't like, but I'm gonna have to pack these out anyway, so now I have a grill. I wish people would clean up after themselves. I've noticed some rope and stuff around. I think it's my duty to clean that up as well and be ethical. Usually I don't camp in a meadow because it tramples the delicate plants, but since I'm running out of daylight and I don't have time to search for a camp, I think this is gonna be it. And so now I'll come back to you after camp is complete. Okay, here's where I'm sleeping tonight. I just have a sleeping bag and a wool blanket on top of a tarp. Just gonna sleep out under the stars and let my luck decide if I stay dry or not. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. My main camera is not working the way it's supposed to, so anyway, I'll use my phone. And to start over again, this is where I'm gonna sleep tonight. I've got my clothes for a pillow, my sleeping bag, I'll put on some long johns, and I have a wool blanket on top of that to keep the ashes off my sleeping bag and to keep the water off, and I have a tarp I can wrap around me as well, and I'm using it as a ground sheet to keep the water off. And over here I have some firewood, and check this out. See this piece right here? This is a rarity in these parts. This is oak firewood. So yeah, I'm gonna burn that tonight. I'm not passing that up. Maybe I'll leave a couple pieces for passerby. But anyway, I have my first aid kit out, my fire kit next to it, my non-working camera, and I'm cooking up a pot of stew. Let's see what we got in the stew. Let's see here. Ooh, you can't see because it's boiling so hard. Let me pull it off. We've got onions, we've got mushrooms, we've got carrots, which you can't see, hang on. We've got carrots, we've got sausage, we've got potatoes, and the sausage alone is probably going to season it almost enough, but I've got salt and pepper and a variety of spices that I can use too to give it some pizzazz. But anyway, there you have it. That's my camp for the night. And just to give you some background on this trip, this will be a 3-day, 2-night, well actually more like a 2.5 day. I didn't start this trip until after work. I got off work at 3 and took off for the woods, got to the trailhead by 5, and started hiking until about 6:30, and found this little glade to camp in. It's about halfway up the slope of the ridge I'm climbing, which is Windsor Ridge. And you can see that's the Windsor Creek Canyon downhill from me. And then way down there in front of that other ridge is the Pecos River. That's where I hiked up from. And over here is the mountains and the sunset, which we'll have a better view of them tomorrow. I can't wait. And the trail I'm hiking is just up the hill there. So anyway, I'm nice and cozy. I've changed into some warmer long johns and fleece, and I'm feeling pretty good about the trip so far. I'm glad I stopped. I was already getting tired. It was a long day. Normally I wouldn't quit until I got to my destination, but it would have been dark by then, and I think I made a wise choice. The only bad part about it is I'm gonna run out of water until I get to a creek or somewhere I can refill, but I'll worry about that tomorrow. For now I'm good. Okay, I've got my bear bag, or my bear rope, more like it, hung off of that branch right there. You can't really see it from here, but if you see that little stick right there, it's floating in the middle of nowhere. That's my rope. Anyway, that's where I'll hang my bear bag. But okay, this is east. Over there, how purple the sky is. Let's just pan around and check it out, because this sky is on fire and it's beautiful. Stew. It's boiled down quite a bit, but I'm about ready for a good dinner. And I wasn't gonna film anymore, but the sunset came up, and I had to show you where my bear bag's gonna hang.